So on this finally above freezing day of December 16th, 2025, I wanted to give an update on the A5. I had the inspection done on last Thursday, December 11th, and it was a snowy day. We had some lake effect, and I was very fortunate that I was able to get the car warmed up sufficiently so that the doors opened, because at first the doors didn't open and we had gotten some snow that night, and the car was covered in snow because obviously I couldn't keep it in the garage because the S5 is in the garage. I only have room for one car in the garage. So, a lot of cleaning off before he came in the morning, and he was able to get up the driveway because he had an SUV. I was kind of concerned about that, but he had no problems, and he works with other brands as well. So he said he's driving all over the place, even as far as Youngstown. And they give him a company car, which is good. But he inspected everything. He lifted up the hood, he turned it on. He asked for both key fobs, which fortunately I had on hand. He looked at the owner's manual to make sure it was there. He looked at the interior, he looked at all the tires, he measured the tire tread, pretty much everything except actually driving it, but he had it on for a while. So it probably lasted a good half hour, I would say. But he told me some stories about some cars had 5 figures worth of damage. So a lot of interesting cases. And then he gave me the report right away. No issues. I don't have to pay anything. So that was good because I'm below my allotted miles. I don't beat the thing. So it pays when you lease a car. Just take good care of it. And I would not lease a car if I had a large dog, or bratty kids. There's just situations where you probably don't want to lease a car, and then if you have a long commute, probably not a good idea to lease a car. When I leased this car, I was working from home 100%. Then I switched jobs, but the office is pretty close, and then I work from home a couple days a week, so it's hybrid. So I'm not putting a lot of miles on the car, so that's a plus. I don't have children, I don't have dogs. I cover the seats if I'm hauling stuff. I've got some old U-Haul blankets. So I've been taking a lot of care to make sure I don't mark up the seats. My Q5, I did have a little mishap with a couple flower pots where there was a little scratch on the outside because it was in the garage and I was moving stuff around. and bumped the car with the flower pot, but I still didn't get dinged for that one either. And then there was a couple tiny stains in the seat. It was a gray interior. I didn't get dinged with the Q5 either, so I didn't go over my miles, anything like that. But you can purchase miles. I think it was like the second year of the lease, they'll let you buy miles at a discount. I don't know how long they'll do that in the future, but that's been my experience. So I'm just being real careful to not go out when the weather's bad. I just don't want to be jinxed having someone plow into me these last 2 months of the lease. So just real careful, kind of paranoid. So I'm actually requesting work from home on Friday because we're going to have a flash freeze. It's supposed to be in the 40s with a lot of rain, and then all of a sudden it's going to turn into the 20s within a couple hours Friday morning. So besides not having parking lots treated and all that stuff, I'd rather just work from home that day. I think people just should, but it's just that paranoia on the last days of the lease. But nothing happened to the Q5, but still, you get that paranoia. And the weather has been pretty crappy. And this is the first time it's been above freezing in several days. I think it was last week we got a brief time, and then another flash freeze, and it was a bad commute for people. In fact, a guy, I think it was the 11th when the lease guy came, that was the day of the freeze. Well, it was the previous night, and he said that he was really having to be careful not to fall because the parking lots weren't treated. But this is all slush now. So that's basically my car inspection of the A5, and now I'm getting communications. Oh, this is what you do next. Do you want to buy the car? Do you want to extend the lease? Do you want to turn it in? And all this stuff. The guy at Audi Financial told me I could let them know a week in advance if I wanted to extend the lease. Because I said, well, I don't know how long it's going to take for this S5 title matter to iron out. He says, oh, it's not going to take that long, but who knows? I mean, if I had a reason to keep the car, I would keep the car because it is a good car. But having the S5 really shows a difference in the material. The S5 has a lot more upscale. And then the thing about the A5, even though it's got ventilated seats, when I would run the AC in the summer, He'd still be kind of warm. So I hope that's not the case with the S5. So it's kind of making it where, yeah, I'll turn the car in and it's not going to be as sad, as I thought it would be before. Oh, I got to turn it in. But like I said, I tried to get my spouse to use it, but he wants an SUV, so there's really no reason to keep it. There's no garage for it. And then that would be 2 high maintenance cars to look after. It's just the maintenance alone. And then the cost of an extended warranty. Because if I was just buying that car and not the S5, that wouldn't be a problem at all. But having both, forget it. So I will be turning it in. So that's the scoop on the inspection on the A5.